Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. In today's video, we are going to look at some very specific mystery messages that the universe has for you. Okay, so there are three piles to pick from: 1, 2, and 3. Pick whichever one you feel the most called to. If there are more than one pile that you wanna pick, then please go ahead and pick that. And I'll see you at your reading. I am not doing a big introduction at each of the readings either, so please just suit yourself. I'm just starting off the message at the very first go. Okay, if you cannot pick, then use like a number picker online, but the best would be to use your intuition and pick the first pile that you feel the most drawn to. Okay, so if you liked or if you felt that any of the messages really resonated with you, then please like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye, I'll see you at your pile.
This channeled message is for a collective who is at a high frequency or trying to get to a high spiritual level. This is a collective which is constantly meditating, which is constantly quantum jumping, shifting their realities, doing a lot of meditations, just doing a lot spiritually, trying to chase a big spiritual high or become their higher selves. And this collective is also trying out many different methods of law of attraction, spirits, and all mediums available to them to attract and manifest the life of their dreams. The people who this particular message will resonate with also believes that anything is possible for them, and they are at a lightning speed in terms of manifesting anything that they even set their mind to, that they think about, that they talk about. It just starts manifesting for them. This collective constantly gets what they want, but there is something wrong in the way that they feel right now. They can see that something is new. There's a stagnancy that has set in, and this particular collective does not know how to break out of it. They believe that there's something really big or life-changing that's about to happen to them. They can feel it coming, but they don't know what it is. Okay? So this message will be only for 1% of the people actually watching, so don't freak out if this is not for me. This one is not meant to be for everybody. It's very, very specific, and it's very likely that it's not for you. Okay? So if none of this is resonating, what I'm about to say does not resonate, then do not force it. But if at any point in, as you're listening to me, it feels like intuitively that this girl might be onto something, then this is for you. Okay? So, and also, like, I'm not trying to hit your ego in any way. I'm not trying to tell you that, like, you're not capable of something. I'm just trying to issue this as a type of collective channeled reading, so that you are prepared for what's about to come. So, in the next phase of your life, you might see that everything really is playing out exactly the way you want it to. But you also start feeling a little bit out of control. Things might start happening which are outside your control, and this is okay. A death of your spiritual or material ego will be taking place very soon, and this process might be painful in the beginning. But after you get out of this dark night of the soul, we see your life turning around in a way that you never thought possible. Your life could take a big leap, and God is preparing you for it. Okay? By the way, a lot of people here, in fact, if this is going to resonate with you, you are someone who is meant to be a guide for everybody in your life and for a lot of people in the world. Okay, you might be one of the 144,000 light workers who reincarnated on Earth to help the collective, to help people shift into the new world consciousness. So, again, I'm trying to tell you that your life will take a huge, huge, huge leap after this particular material or ego death. And I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little bit painful while this thing is taking place, okay? But God is saying that the only sacrifice you make to get to the next level is the sacrifice of your old self. A complete disintegration of your old self, beliefs and patterns will be taking place. This will be very, very big, and somewhere or the other, you asked for it. Okay? When you do so many meditations, you do so many hypnosis, you may do so much work on yourself, and you don't want to let go of the old selves. You don't want to let go of your old patterns of limiting beliefs and everything. Then those things forcefully get pushed out of your life because you are simply not in a vibration anymore to keep those things in your life. Okay? So it's not a bad thing. It's just the expansion that is currently needed in your life. Okay? Hidden patterns and identities will start manifesting themselves, and listen to it. It is your duty to do your inner work during this time. Constantly asking yourselves and questioning your reality. No matter how discouraging the outside world might feel to you, return inwards. There will be times when you forget your divinity in the coming phase, but you must turn to your soul's God, goddess energy, whatever you believe in. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, just keep believing in it. Just keep connecting to the source for guidance, for help, for strength, okay? For everything. And just keep asking this one question: what are you trying to teach me through this phase? Okay? And God will show what they're trying to teach you. Another thing is identity shifting, okay? Remember to somehow keep shifting your identity for the life that you want to live, okay? And living in that identity. I will explain more later. But, okay, for a lot of you, this particular ego death will come in your relationships and love life. All this time you thought you could control what happens in your love life, you could control the outcomes of situations, only to realize that a bigger plan is always at play. It is not to demean your godly manifesting powers, but to make you realize that a bigger plan is always at play, and you get to trust in this bigger state of consciousness. This bigger state of consciousness, which you might call God, the universe, goddess, source energy, whatever it is, it knows the person that you are trying to manifest better. Okay? It knows the person that you are. It knows the person that who you are trying to manifest, and it knows the lives that you get to live. Okay? This consciousness created you. It knows more than you. And this consciousness has your back and will direct the right things to you. So identity shifting will be very, very crucial during this time. You can Google or just search up on YouTube about this, about what this means. Journal out the identity you want to see yourself in and show up as that person. Take more actionable steps. Okay? A lot of the people who are currently listening to this are not meant for a lot of action, go. One meant for 80% manifesting, 20% action. But you need to be taking that 20% action as well. And in the next phase of your life, you will also somehow figure out the rest of the way in which the universe works. There are actually 7 laws in which the universe works, okay? You can think of them as like the 7 hermetic principles of God, okay? All of this will become very, very evident to you in the next phase of your life. And basically, you are just increasing much more in terms of your wisdom, in terms of their capability, in terms of your soul and spiritual growth. A lot of karma cleansing and of clearing is happening. You are the first in your bloodline to be clearing out all this karma. Okay, and your ancestors are very, very, very proud of you right now. So again, a lot of you might be also prone to attracting some kind of a narcissist in the next phase of your life. And I want you to know that I have already first of all warned you, and this won't be a tough cycle for you. Okay, it will not be a very tough or long cycle for you. It will end soon enough. As soon as you learn your lesson, you get out, you will see the big plan, the better plan that God has laid out for you as a spokesperson of the universe. Okay. After this process of ego death, new doors you never thought possible will open up. Hidden powers, new people, greater powers. You become a different person who is closer to their higher self, loving and living in their true purpose. You have asked for big happy changes, lots of abundance, and maybe even a house for some of you. I see that happening. Just keep going. This was the message for today. If this resonated, then please subscribe down below. I will come up with more of these things. And again, if this is you, then you will know it. Okay, let me know if this resonated. And thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You will always be empty inside, and here is how you can leverage it. Okay, so let's dive right into it. What I mean by when I say that, like, there's this extremely empty feeling inside you, and what's going to stay is that all of us were born with some kind of a feeling of finding the right thing, or this emptiness inside, this hole, this sadness, this desperation for something. Okay, for anything, right? And out of this desperation, what most humans, most people, we tend to do is that we tend to consume. We tend to just consume a lot of content, which is why you will see that a lot of people, they just consume a lot of reels, a lot of media online, and especially those people who seem to be numbing themselves on purpose. They want to be running away from their mind, from their emotions. These people are the ones who tend to consume a lot. Okay, they are the most active on social media. They are the most hell-bent on making themselves be seen as something higher than what they are, right? So this is the problem, that there is a fundamental emptiness that humans are somehow just born with. But this is a good thing, okay? Because you get to use this emptiness and this sadness in your advantage. You get to use this emptiness and or the sadness to redirect yourself and to redirect your life. Take care. Because at the end of the day, this empty feeling is just your mind playing tricks on it, or your mind having a lot of thoughts that it has somehow internalized from its surroundings, right? So this emptiness can be used to instead find your purpose. Every human being on earth is born with a very naturally gifted purpose. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how you think of yourself, what kind of experiences you have, where you come from, what you're doing. None of it matters. You have a very divine soul purpose in your life that is extremely important. Okay. Now, what that purpose is not for me to decide. What you and your unique gifts are is not for me to decide. I cannot tell me that. What I can tell you is that it can be your unique gifts can be something as simple as I am very good at loving myself, or I am very good at just kindness, at love. Okay, and that is enough. It like when I speak of a purpose for some person, it can be like playing the piano. I'm very good at playing the piano. For one person, for another person, it can be on a more abstract level. For yet another person, they just knew from the very start that I was born to be an environmentalist. Okay, so again, your purpose does not have to relate to your career. Okay, it does not necessarily have to relate to your career. However, I assure you, your purpose will make you see like you are whole. Okay, and that's why I say that the more people find their own purposes without the help of like external things, like obviously you will need other people to guide you to this thing, right? But what to your purpose. But you can see that the more people on earth awaken, the more every person finds their purpose, something that they can be focused on, which is outside of their relationships, of their money-making tactics, of just more worldly material things, something that brings them true joy, that they uniquely find themselves to be gifted by or gifted with. The more you will see that happy relationships or happy circumstances thrive. Okay? Because purpose, having a purpose will give you life. And in order for you to find that purpose, a constant feeling of loneliness, of sadness, of an empty heart will have to be there. Okay? Because every kind of sadness or darkness or series of life, they always lead you to something better, greater, and higher if you just look for it. Okay? So that was my message for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you did, and if this resonated, then please stick around because I do post a lot of these things quite a lot. And thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye. See you next time. Please refrain from constantly searching up on YouTube, like, do they miss me? Do they think about me? Etc. etc. Because the thing is that all algorithms on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, they are geared to send you messages and random readings to your page, which give you false hope. Okay? So readings online, they will give you a lot of false hope because that is what they are geared to do. Like, that's what gets them the views and the happiness. Okay, if you constantly affirm wrong things to people. So I just want to say that if you're constantly in like a loop where even though you're going through a hard time in your life in general, like not just maybe a breakup, but in general, you're going through a hard time in your life, try to keep some restraint over what you are consuming online in terms of social media. Okay, what kind of reels you are consuming, what kind of content you are consuming, because when you are at a fearful or sad state, it tends to sometimes go in a bit of a loop for people these days. Okay, because the entire world around us is wired to almost like keep you in a low vibrational state, right? So just make sure that you're not constantly in this weird loop, because I assure you, after a couple of years, when you start losing hope in these stupid
random readings that come up on TikTok or on, you know, short form video content, you will lose hope in general in the universe. But the thing is that the universe is not doing to you, the algorithm is. And just be more mindful and discerning of what you're consuming, okay? And don't take everything you see online as a sign, okay? um, Again, the algorithm knows what you want to see, so it has its two sides. One is confirmation bias, that yeah, like it's going to constantly confirm what you want to manifest, what you want in your life. So maybe for a small amount of time you get what you want, but it doesn't stay, okay? Because it's not meant to stay and you're not doing your inner work. So yes, that's all I wanted to say. Please be aware of the algorithm. Please be aware that Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they just work like this. And not everything you come across, especially not all the readings that you come across online, are meant for you. And when something is meant for you, you will know, okay? It will just resonate with you from a very deep down place, on a soul level, on a like heart level. You will really resonate with a message when something is for you. Everything will just seem to somehow align, and there will be a lot of unexpected synchronicities that will come along with the message, okay? You will come across a lot of like collective messages and you know, readings that will say that this person is going to contact you in 24 hours, beware of these signs, this person is going to contact you in 48 hours, this and that will happen. And I just want to say that mostly all of it is a scam. Like, it might suddenly coincide and happen for like 4 or 5 people on earth who listen to that. Like, imagine someone's listening to a reading, and out of the 100K views it gets, obviously it resonates with like 10 or 20 people out of that, right? That does not mean that all the message that you see is for you. And I have seen people getting so rung up by readings, like they're not right, they don't work, that they're just always false. The cards in themselves or divine in itself is not false. The people interpreting it are. Like, just be more aware of things that are pulling down your vibrational energy rather than lifting it up. So yes, that was the message for today. Thank you for listening. Please be aware and let me know if this is very true for you in the comments down as well. Bye bye. Take care. I'll see you next time.